Ray J stepped onto that Valentine's Day stage with blood running down his face, a heart monitor strapped to his chest, and a diagnosis that says his heart is barely functioning. It looked like a man performing on borrowed time, smiling through something heavy. February 14th, 2026 wasn't just another concert date. It turned into a moment the internet could not ignore. Then Ray J hit the stage in a bright orange jumpsuit and sunglasses, and within minutes, the internet started buzzing about what was sliding down his face. From the jump, the crowd gave him that warm energy reserved for an artist whose songs were tied to relationships, heartbreaks, and old-school Valentine's memories. Fans expected classics like One Wish and those smooth R&B staples that made him a household name. Ray J looked ready, smiling, moving with confidence, feeding off the room's energy. But the cameras caught something that stage lights couldn't hide. Multiple fan-recorded videos showed a red liquid, strongly resembling blood, dripping from beneath his sunglasses down the right side of his cheek. It wasn't a quick flash. It stayed there as he walked across the stage, handed out red roses to women in the front rows, leaned in to chat, and delivered those familiar R&B vocals. In one clip, he briefly adjusted his sunglasses, and the liquid appeared to come directly from the eye area itself. He didn't pause. He didn't rush to wipe it away. He didn't even mention it. He kept performing like nothing was happening, holding that Valentine's Day mood the crowd paid for. That calm reaction made the moment even louder. Then came another shock. Midway through his set, Ray J unzipped the top of his orange jumpsuit and revealed his bare chest. On the upper left side of his torso sat a noticeable medical patch, widely identified by outlets like Complex, Yahoo, and Hindustan Times as a heart monitor, likely a Holter monitor or similar cardiac device. He showed it openly while still singing, almost like it was part of the act instead of a real-time health tracker attached to his body. Before the show, Ray J had already posted about it on Facebook. He wrote that he had a heart monitor attached to his chest and still felt blessed to be outside with the people. Looking back, that post reads less like a casual update and more like a serious admission. He let everyone know his heart was being monitored in real time, and he chose to perform anyway. That choice sparked major questions. Just 5 weeks earlier, he had been hospitalized for heart failure. So people started asking, should someone in recovery from a serious heart issue be on stage, performing an extended R&B set in front of hundreds? Medical professionals watching the clips later weighed in online, discussing whether that level of exertion was wise so soon after a health scare. The videos didn't slowly spread, they exploded. Within hours, millions of views stacked up across Instagram, X, and YouTube. The reactions split into two clear camps. The majority showed raw concern. Prayers up for Ray J flooded timelines. Hashtags like #PrayForRayJ began trending. Many fans said what they saw wasn't entertainment. It looked like a man pushing through visible distress in real time. Some medical commentators in live chat speculated that eye bleeding could be linked to serious health issues like high blood pressure complications or liver-related concerns. None of those claims were confirmed by Ray J or his medical team, but the conversation got intense fast. Then there was the second camp, the skeptics. Some viewers suggested the blood might have been a dramatic stage effect, fake blood, prosthetics, a bold theatrical move designed to spark viral headlines. Others labeled it performance art or a calculated publicity moment, arguing that Ray J has a history of headline-grabbing situations and that the timing felt almost cinematic. Skeptics pointed to one major detail. He didn't collapse. He didn't stop the show. He didn't appear to need emergency help during or after the performance.
Everybody for praying for me. I was in the hospital. Heart's only beating like 25%, but as long as I stay focused and stay on the right.
Reports say he finished his full set, stayed energetic, and even told fans afterward that he was fine. No visible blood remained later, and no backstage emergency was reported. He powered through like the red streak and chest device were just part of the visual package. For those doubting the severity, that stamina became their proof. They argued that someone with a severely reduced heart function wouldn't hand out roses and sing R&B ballads for nearly an hour without a breakdown. To them, something didn't line up. Still, one detail couldn't be brushed aside. The heart monitor was real. It matched everything Ray J had publicly shared in the weeks before. His health disclosures had already made headlines from TMZ to NBC News. So whether this moment was pure resilience, risky determination, or misunderstood spectacle, One thing is certain, the Valentine's Day performance left people shaken, talking, and trying to figure out what they really witnessed. What happened on that Shreveport stage did not happen in isolation. It came just 5 weeks after Ray J was rushed to a Las Vegas hospital and hit with a diagnosis that crushed any image of invincibility he had carried for years. The blood on stage sparked debate, but the heart monitor was real. And the story behind that device, pneumonia, heart failure, 8 medications, and doctors using the word months, is where this turns dark fast. As of February 16th, 2026, Ray J has not released a direct public statement about the visuals from Shreveport. Not the red streak, not the chest patch, not the choice to perform under those conditions. He's been posting normally on social media, keeping his public presence steady. But now the Valentine's Day footage is fused with January's hospital clips, creating one intense narrative the internet cannot stop dissecting. A man performing while his heart is reportedly at 25%, and the gap between ambition and physical limits looks tighter every week. On January 6, 2026, TMZ reported that Ray J had been admitted to a Las Vegas hospital with severe pneumonia and heart pain. Doctors ran x-rays and an echocardiogram to measure the damage. Video obtained by TMZ showed him in a hospital bed hooked up to monitors, oxygen lines, and IVs, wearing a blue cap as doctors checked his heart. That footage spread everywhere. News outlets, blogs, social feeds, becoming the defining image of his January. But this wasn't his first scare. Back in October 2021, pneumonia nearly took him out. He was hospitalized in Miami with a serious non-COVID case and later said he thought it was over. That episode required oxygen support and a long recovery. But January 2026 was different. This time, pneumonia didn't just hit his lungs, it exposed a major heart condition that had been building quietly for years beneath the celebrity lifestyle. In emotional Instagram live sessions around January 25th and 28th, 2026, Ray J told followers his heart was functioning at just 25% capacity. He said it directly, almost casually, between business talk and personal updates. Medically, that number is heavy. A normal ejection fraction sits between 55% and 70%. At 25%, doctors classify it as severe heart failure with reduced ejection fraction, HFrEF, a condition that carries serious risks without aggressive treatment. Ray J blamed years of unhealthy choices. He described drinking 4 to 5 bottles of alcohol daily during his peak fame years, heavy pill use including Adderall, and nonstop partying.
Work out. Don't ever hit me like that again. Literally shout out to Sheila holding me down in the hospital. I'm not gonna do that.
He said one side of his heart was black and done. Not a clinical term, but a raw way to describe what doctors had shown him. He admitted he felt untouchable for too long, and now the consequences hit all at once. The prognosis he shared shook people. He told viewers doctors suggested he might not survive long, using phrases like, 2027 is definitely a wrap for me, and saying he may only have months. Major outlets picked it up fast. NBC News reported it. People magazine ran features. Billboard, USA Today, and Page 6 all covered his statements. The mix of hospital footage and his own emotional live streams kept the topic trending through late January and into February. In a January 29th interview with TMZ, Ray J broke down his treatment plan. He said he was on 8 medications. Among them, Entresto, sacubitril/valsartan, a key drug to reduce strain on the heart. Jardiance, empagliflozin, originally for diabetes, but now widely used to lower heart failure risks. Lipitor, atorvastatin for cholesterol. 5 other medications weren't named, but the overall regimen showed just how serious the situation was. Doctors placed him on strict bed rest. No alcohol, no smoking, no exceptions. They were also preparing him for the possibility of a pacemaker or implantable cardioverter defibrillator, a device that helps prevent sudden cardiac death in patients with low ejection fractions. That decision was pending follow-up evaluations, but the conversation alone made it clear how fragile things were. Then his sister Brandy stepped in as his anchor. Ray J publicly credited her with covering his medical and personal bills for all of 2026. He said it with visible emotion during his videos, repeating that Brandy paid his bills and calling it crazy, like he was still processing the weight of that support. The siblings have always been close. They starred together in Brandy and Ray J, A Family Business back in 2010, but this felt deeper than reality TV nostalgia. This was his older sister stepping up because her younger brother's health was failing, and the financial pressure of treatment was overwhelming. The Los Angeles Times confirmed family support, and USA Today reported that their parents, Sonia and Willie Norwood, were also by his side, helping with doctor visits and daily care. It became a full family effort to stabilize him. Even while sharing these life-altering details, Ray J's live streams didn't lose their unpredictable edge. During one Instagram Live, the same one where he revealed his 25% heart function, a woman identified as Sheila, who had been with him during recovery, playfully tapped him while showing off boxing moves she was learning. On another day, it might have looked like harmless joking. In this context, it felt different, and his reaction was sharp and immediate. That quick moment highlighted how physically sensitive he had become. When someone's heart is operating at a quarter of its strength, even playful contact lands heavier. What could have been a throwaway laugh turned into a reminder that behind the jokes, the bravado, and the stage lights, his body was in a serious fight.
She speak Farsi every time I'm in it.
You're amazing.
I'm gonna go upstairs and...
So when he stepped onto that Shreveport stage weeks later, with a heart monitor on his chest, the hospital story was already written. The concert wasn't just a performance. It was layered over a diagnosis that had already shaken headlines, doctors' offices, and his own family. That's what made the visuals hit harder. It wasn't just drama. It was context colliding with reality in front of a live audience. The playful punch visibly shook him, and his reaction wasn't fake irritation for the camera, it was real distress. "It can't work out. Don't ever hit me like that again," he said, clearly rattled. He explained that the impact threw off his balance and even affected the left side of his thinking. For a man whose heart is operating at just 25%, that kind of reaction isn't small talk. It's serious. When cardiac output drops that low, blood flow to the brain can be compromised. Even minor physical contact can feel destabilizing in ways a healthy person would brush off. He said he would need to call his doctor, Dr. Gold, in the morning. He mentioned taking his pills immediately. Then the live stream rolled on, business talk resumed, and the moment passed. But for viewers tuned in because of his health revelations, the message hit hard. His body is not okay, and he knows it. Every playful tap, every casual bump now carries weight it never did before. And to understand why this health crisis exploded online the way it did, you have to understand what Ray J built before his heart started failing. This isn't a faded star clinging to old headlines. This is a man who has been active in American entertainment for nearly 3 decades and turned celebrity into a serious business machine. Ray J entered the industry as a child, appearing in commercials at age 8 and landing roles on The Sinbad Show in the early 90s. He later popped up on Moesha, starring alongside his sister Brandy, and on One on One. Raised in Carson, California, by his father, Willie Norwood, a gospel singer, and his mother, Sonia, he grew up surrounded by music. His older sister is Grammy-winning singer and actress Brandy Norwood. His cousin is Snoop Dogg. The entertainment roots were deep from day one. But the biggest surprise came in tech. In 2017, Ray J co-founded Raycon through his company Raytron, building a direct-to-consumer audio brand focused on wireless earbuds and headphones. Within a year, Raycon reportedly hit $10 million in sales. Over time, reports and interviews suggested cumulative revenue climbed into the hundreds of millions. He also launched Scoot e-bike and later sold it in a multi-million-dollar deal to a Canadian company in 2019. Estimates of his net worth range from $14 million to as high as $20 million. That's not small change. That's empire energy. So now picture this. A 45-year-old entrepreneur with music catalogs, TV deals, and tech revenue streams standing on stage with a heart functioning at a quarter of its capacity. That contrast is why this story hits different. It's not just about health, it's about legacy, momentum, and whether the hustle can outrun biology. Even while revealing his condition, Ray J couldn't stop grinding. The same live stream where he disclosed his 25% heart function doubled as a business rollout. He announced that his Tronix network was relaunching as a dating show-focused platform powered by Zeus Network. He praised Zeus as a major force in streaming entertainment. In one breath, he described his heart as black and done. In the next, he promoted For the Love of Ray J3 and talked about launching 15 new dating shows within 2 months. The contrast stunned viewers. He shouted out Zeus founder Lemuel Plummer and positioned Tronix as a dating show vertical, aiming for 2026 and 2027. The same timeline he had just suggested doctors warned might not be guaranteed for him. That mix of urgency and ambition left fans confused, inspired, and skeptical all at once. Supporters flooded his comments with prayers and encouragement. Many shared personal stories of surviving heart failure or improving low ejection fractions through strict treatment. They praised his honesty about substance abuse and said his transparency could help others avoid the same path. To them, he wasn't chasing clout, he was confronting consequences in real time. But critics weren't quiet. Some questioned why someone on strict bed rest was negotiating TV deals live. Comments like, "Is he promoting a show during a health crisis?" spread quickly. Others speculated about timing, linking the health disclosures to personal legal issues and custody matters. They argued that announcing projects while discussing mortality felt inconsistent with a dire medical outlook. Major outlets like the Los Angeles Times and Rolling Stone treated the story with seriousness. Vibe detailed his health claims. No official statements from doctors have contradicted what he shared publicly. The TMZ hospital footage, the medication list, Brandy's financial support, and the visible heart monitor all align with the reality that something serious is happening. Whatever debates exist about presentation, the health struggle itself appears grounded in documented events. One line from his live stream stood out. "I'm gonna go upstairs and heal." No hype, no promo, no business pitch, just a man acknowledging he needs rest. That moment felt more revealing than any announcement about dating shows or streaming platforms. It was stripped down and honest. As of February 16th, 2026, Ray J remains under active medical management. He's reportedly on 8 medications aimed at stabilizing heart failure, protecting cardiac function, and managing cholesterol. He faces a possible decision about a pacemaker or implantable defibrillator. 5 weeks after being hospitalized, he performed a full concert with a heart monitor attached. That fact alone keeps the conversation intense. No new official medical updates have been released beyond his own statements and media interviews. His family, led by Brandy's financial support and his parents' involvement, continues to stand with him. Fans continue posting prayers and messages of hope. The question hovering over every headline and reaction video is simple but heavy. Is this a comeback story or a warning sign? Medical research says a 25% ejection fraction is serious but not hopeless. With strict medication, lifestyle changes, and close monitoring, improvement is possible. But that requires slowing down, sticking to treatment, and respecting limits. The man who wore a heart monitor on a Valentine's Day stage, who finished a show under scrutiny, who announced new ventures while talking about his own timeline, that man is wired to move fast. And right now, the biggest variable in this entire saga isn't the diagnosis. It's whether Ray J can give himself something he's rarely allowed, real rest and space to recover. The ending of this story may depend less on headlines and more on what happens off camera, away from the live stream, when the lights finally go out.